Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Painted Dog TV. Lovely to have you out here with us this morning. It's rather chilly. Winter is definitely on its way. And I cannot wait. I love this time of the year. The sun is just starting to come up. And myself and Basil very excited to be out here with you folks. See who we can find this morning. currently have tracks of a black rhino on the road here, everybody. Looks like the big bull, Jock, walking along the road here. There are a couple of civet tracks on top of his tracks. So it's been a little while since he walked up here. But it would be really awesome to see a black rhino this morning. And we'll continue to follow his tracks for now while they're still on the road. Sure, beautiful sky this morning, pink in color. Just quickly gonna say good morning to all of our pack members that have joined us. Morning Velma, morning Shanann, hello Barbara, hello Betty, morning Mary, hello Carol. Good morning Wendy, hello Jan. Welcome everybody. Hope you are all well. Show you the tracks here quick, everybody, of this black rhino bull walking along the road here. Very exciting indeed. Looks like there's some genet tracks now on top of the tracks that I can see there to the right. Yeah, those ones at the top there. If you zoom right in on that track there, Basil, the top one, you can see the little genet tracks. See that there, folks? So these are the things that help me sort of age the track. So I would say it's a couple of hours ago that this black rhino walked along here. Interesting how active he is during the middle of the night, eh? Of course, being a shy creature that the black rhino is, they probably thoroughly enjoy walking around at night, not being bothered by any vehicles, not being bothered by too many animals. Now we'll just have a look up ahead here. The road splits, see which way he goes. If he heads off to the right, he would then be heading towards Lowveld. And if he heads off to the left, he's heading up towards Lemundur and Krip. Looks like he's headed towards Lowveld. Heard the lions roaring just before we got going, everybody, and they sound like they've actually done a U-turn. They didn't continue heading south. It sounds like they've headed north. At least that's what it sounded like from where I heard them. So they're far away on the eastern fence line, I think. Still on the eastern fence line, but heading north. Probably looking for the pride, which I believe are still on Kaya. Although they weren't very far from the corridor, the pride. It is possible they've come back onto Blaubank. And we might head up that direction, that general direction, after our little black rhino track and find here. Still got tracks of that bull walking along the road here. Porcupine tracks all over his tracks here now too, so we might be a couple of hours behind this bull, but hey, while we've got tracks, we'll stick with them. You never know who else we might bump into along this route towards that very beautiful waterhole, Lepadam. Going to quickly stop here for a minute, listen to the bush while I investigate the road for tracks. Oh, very happy to hear the sound is much better today, guys. And Mary, just to clarify, that's Jennet tracks on top of black rhino tracks. Black rhino bull, big bull, I think it's Jock, who walked up here. Very, very fresh porcupine scat here. You can see the fresh porcupine scat here that I was talking about, everybody. Still glistening, so still quite wet. Very, very fresh, quite recent. Maybe we'll find this porcupine still walking along the road here. But it is getting light fast. Won't be long before that porcupine's down inside its burrow, taking shelter. Just a reminder of the 2 keywords for the week, everybody. I keep forgetting the first one, last week's one. I know this week's one is carnivorous. Maddie will remind me of last week's one. We're running it again this week, everybody, because of course there weren't too many drives last week, and we want all of you to get your hands on those painted dog wildlife images. Hello, little giraffe. How are the... Oh, there's 2 of them here. 3 of them. Good morning. Oh, that's lovely.
Elephant track after wildebeest dam going towards Hofplatz.
Oh, that's some good news on the radio, everybody. Sounds like the elephants might have come back to Blaubank. Not too far from the corridor. Sounds like they've come back in. Thank you, Carol. So the other keyword, everybody, last week's keyword is stalking. Are you watching us? Just love their inquisitive nature. A young bull, of course, everybody, the one we're looking at here. Right. Goodbye, beautiful giraffe. Enjoy your morning. We're going to see if we can find this porcupine and black rhino. Imagine we found the black rhino drinking at Lowveld Dam. That would be very special. One thing's for sure, this black rhino was on a mission. His tracks haven't once deviated from the road. So it didn't stop to browse anywhere yet. Porcupine tracks there again, but going the other direction, on top of the black rhino's tracks. Just coming down to the water's edge here now. You can see a hippo. I don't think that black rhino came down here though. I think he went around the waterhole. Looks like it's hippo up here. Happy hippos. Beautiful how peaceful it is.
Along the eastern side of the Lowveld, and there are also plenty of tracks of the elephants, but those are going up north. These tracks are 100% fresh. There was track run and track P as well.
How cute is that little calf? I love it when they flick their ears like that. Good morning, Noel. Good to have you with us. Just busy enjoying a very peaceful moment here with the hippos at Lowveld Dam. Right, everybody. Leave the hippos to their sleepy morning. I want to go around to the other side of the waterhole. Went. No tracks here, so perhaps that black rhino did come and drink at the water's edge, but on this side here, just see if we don't find more tracks up ahead here. Tracks of hippo, mom and calf here head out that way, so that's obviously the route they took last night when they went grazing. And what's interesting is when we were on the far side of the waterhole, I saw where they had come back into the water, so they'd gone out that way and come in a completely opposite direction, did a massive loop obviously while they were grazing. These hippos can cover a lot of ground in a night whilst seeking out good grazing. Up to 5 kilometers in a night. Just look at that beautiful view again, everybody. So pretty. Amazing backdrop with the Drakensberg Mountains behind this waterhole. Very pretty indeed. was hoping that black rhino might have come up this way again, everybody, but it doesn't look like it. Not too sure where it went from that waterhole. Maybe just cut straight across into this big block behind me. So we're going to give up on that for now. I'm going to continue further north. Go past Kudu Krip and then continue towards Seskan Krip. See if we find anybody else up that way. Just having a closer look at a set of tracks there, which I thought was a leopard, but it's actually a hyena. Old though. Using that drainage line.
Our elephants are not back, going upwards towards Kaya, and I found also back pulled over the wildebeest dam, and
sounds like the two different herds of elephants have been interacting on the fence line, everybody. The eastern fence line of Blaubank, close to the corridor. Sounds like our elephants came down, interacted with them, and then headed back north into Kaya. But the BCC elephants are still on that fence line, not far from the corridor. He was busy having a good chin wag through the fence. It doesn't sound like they've broken the fence, Carol. I think they were just having a catch-up session. Noel, I see you've mentioned how you get nervous when guides go wandering off. Yeah, you certainly do need to keep your wits about you when you're off the vehicle. The good thing is, obviously, once the vehicle's switched off and I'm walking, I'm blessed with a pretty good sense of hearing, so I will hear the warning signs. Haven't heard any reports of tracks of the Pride, however, coming back to Blaubank, close to where the elephants were seen. I was hoping they might have, but perhaps they heard the males roaring last night and decided, nah, let's go back. Stay away from those pesky males. Beautiful listening to this morning chorus of the birds. Mostly the white-browed scrub robin that you're hearing. Dark-capped bulbul. Can faintly make out Burchell's starling. It's beautiful. As far as I know, Carol, yes, I think he is still on the other side of the fence. I haven't had a recent update from Kevin. So Noel, just to catch you up, our bull was fighting with the neighbouring property's bull. It's elephants that I'm talking about, of course. And during their fight, they tore down the fence and our bull escaped into the neighbouring property. And we mobilised a chopper to go and chase him back. We got him back on our side. And while the maintenance crew was busy trying to repair the fence after that fact, he actually then forced his way out again, chasing off the maintenance team, and then escaped back onto the neighbouring property, and he's having a whale of a time introducing himself to the other elephants on the other side. Now we've decided just to play it cool for now and monitor the situation to see if he wants to come back this way. And the reason for that is, if he's adamant in spending time on that side, it's going to cost us a lot of effort and money to keep bringing him back. We will eventually bring him back, of course. We want him to remain within our population. But he does have a collar fitted around his rather large neck. And we can monitor everything through this GPS collar. So we'll always know where he is. So Kevin in charge of that vision and that telemetry, which he uses to monitor the elephants. Sorry for the breakup, everybody. Right, making our way up to Kudu Krip, which is not too far from us now. We'll go and have a look and see if anybody came to drink there last night or this morning. Looks like a white rhino bull came up here. So you'll see up ahead on the road the freshly disturbed white rhino dung, everybody, here at this midden. So clearly evident that it was a bull that walked up here sometime last night. And he's kicked up all the dung there, leaving his scent behind, marking his territory. And it was right here where we had that big fight between the two bulls not too long ago. So these bulls are very intent on claiming this patch ever since we removed the last white rhino bull from this area. There's been quite a lot of squabbling for this newly vacated territory. The little daycare. Sneaking away from us there. Looks like there was a lot of rhino activity here late yesterday afternoon. Just going to quickly hop off and have a look around the water here, folks. I see No Hope and her calf were here as well. Little baby white rhino tracks here, everybody. So quite a few of the rhino came here for a drink late yesterday afternoon. That would also be really lovely to see that white rhino cow and her little calf again. Now, to answer your question, that little hut there is an old hunting hide. There used to be a bit of antelope hunting on this reserve, or rather this farm, before it got incorporated into the reserve. It was the main stream of income on this property after they had stopped cattle farming quite a while ago. They used to do commercial hunting of antelope on this property, and so that's an old hunting hide.
Deploying mobile on Rietspruit, standing by, is there any update?
Just going to have a look at this next junction here, everybody. Really good area to look for tracks. I just want to see if there's any tracks of that white rhino and her calf. Try see which direction they went from here, if they came past here at all. Last tracks of the calf looked like it was heading away from the water in this direction.
What have you got heading north on Kudi South? Oh, copy.
That's amazing. Oh. Hello, Mr. Giraffe. So another sighting of spotted hyena on Kind Lowveld, everybody. So clearly the hyenas are enjoying more time on Kaya than they are our side. Which is very unfriendly, of course. Very unfriendly. Doesn't look like there's any tracks of mom and calf here. Just head up this way, folks. There's a big open clearing here where I know that I've seen them a couple times before. Perhaps they went to go and rest there last night. This is a very good area for one of the female leopards as well, Kudu Krip 2-3. As I say that, I found her tracks. They are not very fresh. Let's see if we can see these tracks here. Just here. They're quite faint. They're not very fresh, everybody. But this female leopard has been here, I would say, within the last 48 hours. Well, nice to see, promising that there's a leopard about, but not fresh, so not worth following up on really. continue towards this clearing. Let's see if we have any luck with those rhino. This leopard must have turned somewhere not far from where those tracks are, because I didn't see her tracks at the main intersection back there. Noel, I see you asking about the name. I presume you're asking about the name for the leopard. That's been an age-old debate as to why she hasn't been given her own individual name yet. We really do need to come up with a name. I think sometimes it's just because of how infrequently we see this leopard. But she's definitely the leopard we see the most of, so we definitely need to give her a name. No tracks of these rhino here. They didn't come this way. I think that's a great idea, Carol. I'll chat to the team about that. Gonna head up towards Seskant Krip from here, everybody. Always a great area for white rhino, Seskant Krip. And good general game. Might get some wildebeest up there, impala. Maybe some kudu. You know, in my time in the bush, I've been lucky enough to name a number of leopards. And whenever I'm coming up with a name for a leopard, you know, I usually know almost the entire history of that cat. I've also, you know, spent hours with them, learning their little quirks, behaviors, perhaps different spot pattern or unique pattern of rosettes across their body. And you know, it's all of that sort of knowledge and information that I use to then come up with a name for the animal. Just not connected enough, you know, to the leopards here on the Rietspruit yet, because I don't get enough time with them and certainly don't know enough about their history. And I think that's what makes, or it's just the reason why I haven't come up with a name yet. Haven't formed that connection yet. You can easily come up with some, you know, beautiful names. But it's usually that connection, understanding of an individual that I like to have before I give them a name. But at this rate, that could take a couple more years before that relationship has formed or that understanding has formed. So we might as well just try to come up with a nice name for her. Basil, what's lemon in Shangaan?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, we just call it a lemon.
We just call it a lemon. No man, there must be a Shangaan name for lemon. Or a Shangaan word rather.
And then we call an orange lamula.
Lamula.
Yeah, which is actually a lemon, to be honest.
Well, there you go. There's our first suggestion, everybody. The lamula female. I'll speak to some of my other Shangaan friends and see what they think. The reason I come up with that is because most of the sightings and a lot of this female's activity is around Lemon Doring. And lemoen is the Afrikaans word for lemon. I do like using Shangaan names for leopards. It's such a beautiful descriptive language, and it rolls off the tongue quite nicely. Just going to take a road that I haven't taken in a very long time here, this one that goes straight across here, everybody. Just change things up a bit. Before we do that, please excuse me, I'm just going to quickly mark my territory. Sure, that's a bird's calling. Beautiful morning chorus. Thought I'd heard something else back there, but I can't hear anything now. Yes, that's correct, Carol. That would be the spelling. Lamula. This is another one of the roads. Everybody, favorite kind of road. Now, if our leopards were of the tree climbing sort, this certainly would be a perfect area for them. There's lots of marula trees along here, marulas and false marulas. Perfect trees for leopards to climb up into here. Seeing a lot of rhino activity along here too. Well, a lot of rhino tracks. So they certainly come through here quite a bit as well. Look at that. That looks like the top half of an impala's skull. And I say that because of the direction the horns take off the skull, and also how thick they are. It's a young impala, probably like a 2-year-old, 1.5 to 2-year-old impala. This is very, very old though. Look at the cracks in the skull that have come purely because of aging. And interestingly enough, the tips have been chewed off. There are a number of animals that feed on calcium. Hyenas obviously being the first one you think of, and it's very possible that it was a hyena that chewed these ends off. But you look at the fibers of calcium here, and an animal that would struggle to crack through, the harder part of the skull, but still requires the calcium, might chew on the horny pieces of calcium that come off the skull. And that could be an animal like a giraffe that perhaps picked the skull up, chewed on the ends of the horn, and then just dropped it back onto the road here while it was walking along the road. So perhaps a leopard had eaten that impala in this area. quickly have a look for tracks on the road here. See the bird there, Basil? Look at that, everybody. Very, very pretty bird with the streaking along its white chest. It's a female violet-backed starling. Gorgeous bird. Both the males and the females are very, very attractive. Southern boo-boo calling here now. Pretty call here. Well, these white rhino tracks on the road here are quite fresh, everybody. Again, I'd say maybe yesterday afternoon. So this road does come out pretty close to Seskant Krip. I mentioned how it's a great area for the white rhino, black rhino too, but it is a very open area. So you don't often get good sightings of black rhino around Seskant because of how open it is. But maybe we'll get lucky with these white rhino. Looks like a bull walked up here, white rhino bull. Yeah, Carol, that's exactly what Basil was saying. He said that, well, initially he said that an orange is lamula. Swiri or shikwavava for lemon.
I know very sorry if you're right
Chihuahua.
I never heard of that before.
Basil hasn't heard of Chihuahua. It's not to say that it's incorrect. That white rhino bull went in there, everybody, so we're not going to find him, but maybe there's some other rhino around this little water hole up ahead here. Some spotted hyena tracks here, folks. Heading towards the waterhole. Looks like from very early last night.
Yeah, I think I did have some program car. Put John shotgunner.
2 male cheetah have been located on Kaya and Lovu once again, everybody. Certainly has become their new home, that side of the reserve. This is Sescant Crip, everybody. Look at this beautiful little emerald spotted wood dove having a drink here. Oh, there's another one in the water, Basil. Off he went. 2 emerald spotted wood doves having a quick drink there. There's something on the road up ahead here. Just need to get my binoculars quick. What you watching there, Basil? Starling. Glossy starling. It was a zebra on the road, everybody. It's since moved off. Thought it was a rhino for a brief moment. Let's see what tracks we have around the water here. You can hear the oxpeckers shouting at me. Sorry. Red-billed oxpeckers. Not happy to see me. There's certainly lots of rhino activity around this waterhole. But it all looks like it was yesterday. So the rhino have obviously since moved on. Let's just drive up into this clearing and see if any of them are perhaps sleeping up here. Lots of birds here, everybody. See if you can get those mouse birds at the top there. Yeah, top here. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Little flock of red-faced mouse birds, everyone. Such a beautiful bird. With amazing tails. Generally quite a shy bird, so this is a treat, everybody, to get a good view of them like this. You can hear the green wood hoopoes cackling away in the distance here. Lots of starlings. Beautiful glossy starlings. Oh, scimitable. Basil, quickly get that one on top there. Look at that. in between the starlings there, everyone. A common scimitar. Isn't that the most impressive beak? So pretty. Birds are a bit chilly this morning. The sun hasn't really come out. There's a lot of cloud cover about at the moment. Betty, to answer your question about the mouse birds' tails, no, their tails are long permanently. That'll certainly help them with their balance. But it's not a very heavy tail. You know, it's a very, very thin, narrow feather that runs off the abdomen. Quite different to some of your other birds that grow those thick, impressive long tails during breeding season. Oh, another pretty bird right here. This dead tree. Don't fly away. Crested barbet, everybody. Look at those colours. Exquisite little bird. Just getting his day started, preening his feathers. Lovely. Alrighty. Lovely to see the birds this morning, everyone. Very beautiful. Now, the most recent sighting of a leopard, everybody, occurred just down here, where this road enters the Deep Sloot River. Kevin had a sighting of the Kudu Krip 2-3 female. I'm just going to come down into the river here and see if there's any tracks, but before we do that, let's have a quick look at this beautiful Inyala bull standing out in the open here. Hello, boy. Aren't you gorgeous? Impala bolting past us here. Certainly got the Nyala all worked up. Now, they're not alarm calling, everybody, the Impala. There's a ram busy chasing around a couple of the ewes. That's why they got all worked up. You see that Impala there? Look at the horns there and the size of that Impala's skull. That sort of aged Impala whose skull we found earlier. Ah, there's even a monkey watching all of the proceedings here, including us. Going to go away from the vervet monkey, everybody, because there's a beautiful display between Inyala bulls again that's busy happening right here. See the bull to the right there and the one to the left, busy practicing their lateral display once again. We saw it a couple days ago in this Rietspruit River. I love watching this little dance that they do to size one another up. Look at how slow each of those movements are. It's truly fascinating to watch. Relatively evenly matched in size, I would say. Stunning animal. Look at that. Incredible. The control in that leg. It's almost like a bit of ballet that we're watching here. Amazing. Oh, that's awesome, Mary, that you've added another bird to the list. And I agree, Carol. A crested barbet is certainly one of the most beautiful birds out here. All right, that was a lovely little display from the Nyala bulls. Let's go have a look down in the Rietspruit River here. See what might be about. Of impala here. You can understand why this leopard moves along the edges of this riverbed. There's always impala here, and a nyala, obviously. Look at this young one coming towards us. Hello, you beautiful things, you. Still looking really good, these impala. Perfect condition. Still good browse around for them. But the leaner times are coming. Need to bulk up now while they can. is in this false marula right here in front of us, where Kevin found this female leopard a couple of days back. Just going to quickly look for tracks here, everybody. No tracks here. Good night, Betty. Sleep well. We'll see you again soon. Male leopard tracks here going south. Look like they're a little bit old. So this is that drainage line, everybody, which I often check for leopard. It's where we've picked up most of our camera footage of leopard in the past. And it's where the female, that I believe has got cubs, comes in from the neighbouring property. She comes in along this drainage line, the Antioch drainage. And she's been here again. There's fresh tracks of her walking along the riverbed here. I can't see where she went out of the riverbed. Those tracks look pretty decent. Possibly last night. Alright, well folks, we'll have to save the tracking of this female leopard perhaps for this afternoon. She might have headed along this drainage line, which then goes into the Deep Sloot River, the river we crossed earlier. But we have sadly run out of time for the morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Beautiful morning. Hope you all had fun. And hope that you all have a brilliant evening, brilliant day, wherever you are in the world. And please do join us again this afternoon, everybody. Keep well. Bye for now.